Hey, Cocoa Beach, Mr. Ryan here, putting together a video for you today covering all of the topics that you need to know because we are getting into an important time of the year where we start planning and building our schedule for next school year. So part of that process includes you, and I want to talk to you a little bit about that today. So first and foremost, our teachers have been working, your teachers have been working at making the selections for your core classes for next school year. So whatever class that you are currently in, either last term or this term, your counselors have or your teachers have been working to place you in the next level course that is appropriate for you. The piece that we need is the elective classes that you want to fill out the rest of your schedule. Right now, we're working on the idea that we're going to have a 7-period day, again, not a 4-period block schedule, but a 7-period day. And so we're looking to get those 3 electives that you need to round out the rest of your schedule. Now, your school counselors, are working now to get you into their offices and talk to you about the courses that you might want to take for next school year. So there is a course selection sheet that I want to show you that shows you some of the classes that we have. I want to go over a little bit our progression through our 6 years, and I want to talk to you a little bit about graduation requirements. So I'm going to go through all of those pieces in this video as quickly as I can, but as thoroughly as I can so that you can be prepared for this very important time of the year. So first and foremost, I want to take 2 minutes, a couple of minutes, just to really quickly talk to you a little bit about our school. So we are a comprehensive 7 through 12. That means we have 2 years of middle school and 4 years of high school. Middle school students don't graduate or accumulate credits to graduate the same way the high school students do, but the middle school students do still need to worry about what it takes to promote from one grade level to the next. So if you're here with us now as a 7th grader, that means you were promoted from 6th grade and now you're in 7th grade. Now you need to make sure that you have what it takes to promote from 7 to 8, 8 to 9, and then get into the high school years, okay? So promotion for middle school students is based on you passing your 4 mesh classes, so math, English, science, and social studies, your 4 cores, and taking that 1/2 semester of PE. If you do that, then you can promote to the next grade level. So your counselor is going to be working with you to make sure that you've passed the classes that you need, that you have the classes on your schedule for next year that you need, and any plan that we might have need to get you up to speed for next school year to promote. So middle school students, that's what you're going to talk about. High school students, you're going to need to really pay attention to that course progression because your classes add up in credits and you need 26 credits to graduate. So I'm going to talk to you. I have a nice little sheet that we can use to talk to you about where those requirements need to go, what it takes to fulfill those requirements. And so I want to go over all of that with you so you have it in your mind when you sit down with your counselor and prepare for next school year. So I'm going to break that down in the next few clips. All right, so here are the course sequence sheets I was talking about. Here's the 7 through 8 non-IB course sequence. There is an IB course sequence, MYP IB course sequence that Mr. Kellum has put together for you. It's on the webpage. You can get it from him where you can see more specifically the IB course requirements. Here is the non-IB course sequence. 7th grade, the courses that you should look at having, the 8th grade, the courses that you should look at having and the sequence of those courses. English, science, social studies, and at least 1/2 year of PE are required each year of middle school, and you must pass those for promotion to the next grade level. So you must pass your cores in order to move along. And if you haven't, and if we're in a spot where we need to do something to make that up, we're going to be looking at summer school and FLVS and so on and so forth to try to make those up. So your math sequence here, your science, social studies, and your language, your English class, your general electives here. These are our CTE electives. We have some really great CTE programs that we have going on here at Cocoa Beach. So these are some cool introductory classes to those. These are your general performing fine arts, our band, our studio art, our technical design, our theater design, technical theater design. All these great courses here in the performing fine arts. Remember, you're in already 1/2 year of PE, but if you want to take a year of it, you have choices to do that and take another semester of PE to fill out one of your schedules. one of your slots on your schedule, and then Spanish and French, our foreign language. If you happen to have passed your FSA ELA, your previous year's reading test with a level 3 or higher, then you're eligible to take one of these. These are high school courses. They do earn credit, so we're careful about placing students in those courses. Moving on quickly to the high school non-IB course sequence, 9 through 12. Again, there is an IB one that shows you the 2, 9, and 10 MYP years, and then your transition into the DP in the year 11th and 12th grade years. You can, again, use these to get your general idea of the courses that you're supposed to be taking and when. We have our recommended electives here, Hope, Career Research, and then start a CTE. It's really important that you get these out of the way in your 9th grade year. Career Research, again, is that course for online. It's a great place for you to take your online. Your maths are important to understand the sequence of where you're going in math. The science tracks are important to understand where you're going in science, because we do have 2 tracks. If you start your 9th grade year in biology, then you're going to do biology, chemistry, physics. If you start your 9th grade year in physical science, you're going to do physical science, biology, and then 2 equally rigorous or 1 equally rigorous science course for 11th and 12th grade. So this is really based on your math. If you have not taken Algebra 1 by the time you get into 9th grade, you're going to be in physical science and you're going to take Algebra 1 at the same time. And the reason is just so you have the math for the sciences. And then you're going to take biology, because everyone has to take biology in high school. You're going to take biology in the 10th grade year. And then you're more than welcome, if you want at that point, to then do chemistry and physics in the 11th and 12th grade year. It would be important to know at that point possibly the universities or colleges that you're looking at and if they require those for entrance. So this is a general outline of the courses that you're going to be taking year to year in your course sequence. Again, yours might look a little different. Your counselor will help you with any of those things. And then just again, a reminder that when you get into the 11th and 12th grade year, and possibly even the 10th grade year, for the first time, we're allowing students to take up to 2 IB courses and not be in the IB program. And that's going to basically be in the 11th and 12th grade year, where you have the opportunity to take an IB course instead of your regular sequenced course and not be in the IB program. So that's a fantastic opportunity to test and earn some college credit and get some experience in some more rigorous coursework. And we are now allowing you to take 2 classes. You have the opportunity to take 2 classes in the IB without being in the IB program. So take advantage of that. Look at this. If you have questions, make sure you ask your counselor. All right, everybody. So here is a document that I created outlining the basics of the graduation requirements. This is not the complete set of graduation requirements. There is a document out there that shows you a lot more detail, a lot of the additional things that you need to know about graduation. But what this does do is this outlines how you get the 26 credits you need to graduate. And I don't feel like there's anything out there that really shows you how we accumulate those 26 credits. So I broke it down for you here. So let me enlarge this. Let me go ahead and zoom in just a little bit so you can, and we can take this piece by piece. So core courses on the left-hand side, some of the general requirements on the left-hand side. Let's go ahead and get started. So here at the top, on the left-hand side, we have your MESH classes. So math, English, science, and history, social studies, MESH. And so they're listed here. You must take 4 math classes and pass 4 math classes while you're in high school. One of them needs to be algebra. One of them needs to be geometry. So 4 classes. English, you must take 4 English classes. And here, there's a lot of details I'm going to just skip over just for time purposes, but we offer these courses at traditional, honors, AP, and IB levels, but you need 4 English classes. You need either 3 or 4 science classes and either 3 or 4 social studies classes, but you only need 4 in one of them. So if you're going to choose to go the science route, you'll take 4 classes in science and only 3 in social studies, or vice versa. All students must take biology. There are 2 tracks available for you that start in the ninth grade year. If you look at the course sequencing sheet video or the portion of that video, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. But there are 2 tracks there. Biology is a course that all students must take to get to pass for the graduation requirements. Social studies, you must take U.S. history, world history, U.S. government, econ, or if you're in the IB program, the equivalents for the IB program. There are courses that IB changes and supplements. And so if you are in the IB program, you might see that there's a class here or there that isn't exactly listed here, but it's an IB equivalent, so it satisfies that graduation requirement. Miscellaneous, I have this piece here because this is really important, but it is not a graduation requirement. World languages. It is not a graduation requirement that you take a foreign language or a world language, but it is required for entrance to most to our state college and most other colleges and universities. So pay attention to this. The state university system requires that you have at least 2 credits of a foreign language, but most schools are going to want 3 or more. So I include it here. It is not in addition to the 26, but it is part of your 26. You should be thinking about world languages if you are thinking about going on after high school, going on to college, university, something like that after high school. Testing, there are 2 pieces that are specifically required for graduation. You must take and pass your 10th grade ELA with a level 3 or higher, and you must take and pass your Algebra 1 EOC with a level 3 or higher. If we go over to the other side, we can look at some of the requirements. You need to have 1 of the 26 credits as an online course. You need to have 1 of the 26 credits as a HOPE class. HOPE stands for Health Opportunities in Physical Education. It's a great class. It is like a split between a classroom class learning about health and a physical education class outside or in the gym. So it is a great class to take. It is a required course. A performing arts or practical arts class. We're not going to cover what classes fall under this category here, but your school counselor can. And you need 1 of those on your schedule. Career research and decision making is a class that you must take before graduation. It is a half credit class. It is a great class to use to fulfill your online requirement. We do offer it on campus, but we really highly recommend you take this as an online class. When you're done with all of those things, then you have 8.5 credits that you can use to explore all of the classes that we have to offer here on campus. 8.5 credits worth. So you might be taking some dual enrollment classes. You might take some AP or IB classes outside of your requirements just for interest. You might take some virtual classes just for interest. As long as they are not fulfilling another portion of your graduation requirement, they count as elective credits and you need 8.5. Talk to your counselor about specific questions that you might have, but you need 8.5. Another requirement for graduation is that you have a 2.0 GPA. So I have that listed here just as a quick snapshot. You must have a 2.0 GPA. And the rigorous course requirement. This is an important one because this stipulates that within your 26 credits, you have either 3 of those at the honors or higher level, or 3 of those as part of a CTE course sequence. Now, CTE typically stands for Career and Tech Education, but ROTC does also fulfill this requirement. I want to make sure that you understand that. So if you've taken 3 honors or higher level courses, or you've taken 3 CTE courses in a sequence or ROTC that counts, then you've fulfilled your rigorous course requirement. But you must do one of those 2 things in order to graduate. Now, with all of that said, the piece that I really want you to take away is, what is our path to 26? What is my path to graduate? So your path is 4 English classes, 4 math classes, either 3 or 4 social studies classes, but 4 in one of those 2, 1 performing practical arts, 1 HOPE credit, a half credit in career research, and 8.5 elective courses. All of that adds up to the 26 credits that you need for graduation. Online isn't listed here because online falls within these 26 credits. Any one of these can be an online. World languages is not included here because in your elective courses, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever can be elective courses. So some of this, I want you to just really pay attention that these are the things that it takes to get to 26 credits in order to graduate. There are some requirements within those 26, but those are the 26 credits you need to graduate. All right, next I want to talk about that elective sheet that I was telling you about. So when your counselors bring you in to talk to you about the elective classes that you're going to choose for next school year, you need to have an idea of what some of the classes are that we offer here on campus. Otherwise, it's going to be a much more difficult task and it's going to be time consuming. So we put together this little menu of sorts of classes that you can take as electives and sort of their general categories of where they fall. So you are going to automatically be placed in the 4 cores based on your current placement. So ninth grade, core, honors, non-honors, so on and so forth. You're going to be placed in those. Your teacher's doing that now. So that means you have some elective positions to fill in your schedule. Depending on where you're at and depending on the courses that you've taken and your tracks and interest, you'll have more or less, but just generally speaking, 3 electives to fill. And so you're going to look to fill these with enough courses that the number of courses that you have on your schedule equals 7. So if it's a middle school student, middle school classes are indicated here on this sheet in gray. If you're a middle school student, you have 4 year-long courses as your cores. You have 1/2 semester or 1/2 year as semester in the 1 PE course that you're taking. And so then you're taking 2.5 more classes. So you're going to look for classes that are YL for year long or semester for half a year that equate to filling out your schedule for 2.5 more credits. So you're going to go through here and pick the courses that interest you the most and add those to your schedule. Now, not every single course we offer is on this, every single level of every single course we offer is on this menu. So if you see a course that you like and you're interested in, but you're at a different level, say 1, 2, 3, and you don't see it on here, that's fine. Your counselor will help you make the proper choice in what level that you're on. But for space purposes and to get it to fit on one sheet, not every single level of every single course is indicated here. So middle school students, that's easy. For high school students, you can see there are levels. Some I didn't want to leave off. I didn't want to have anyone not know that they existed, and others I didn't add because your counselor can help you with those. So you're going to use this sheet with your counselor to fill up middle school students 2.5 more spots, high school students 3 more spots. And if you're already in band, that's 1, so now you're down to 2. If you've already in ROTC, then that's 2, you're down to 1. So you see what I'm saying? You can fill up your schedule quite quickly. The one thing your guidance counselor is going to ask you for, 3 additional alternative electives. I cannot guarantee that every single one of these courses is going to make. So if you happen to add a course that doesn't fit into your schedule or maybe didn't make because not enough students asked for it, then I need to go to one of your alternatives. So that's why we ask for 3 additional alternatives. So you're going to basically be picking out 6 courses, 3 of your main elective courses choices and 3 alternatives. Okay, so we've covered a lot of really important information and I've gone through it kind of fast. So I want to just real quickly show you how to find this information on your own so you can get a little bit more, spend a little more time with it and talk to your parents or your teachers about it. So if you go to our webpage, and hopefully everyone knows how to find our webpage, you go to our webpage, and on the main page of the webpage, you're going to see a little block there in the middle, those little scrolling tiles, and you're going to see this flyer. It says planning for your future, planning for next year. This is the link that you're going to use. This is the flyer that I have created for you to get all the information that you need about course requests and sequencing, graduation requirements, everything that you need to know right now, preparing yourself for next school year. So you're going to want to go to our website and look for this. When you click on this, you're going to be taken to this site. Or this page, I should say. And this page has links to all of the documents that I just covered with you with some additions. So here's the IB course sequencing chart that Mr. Kellum has created for you with your IB specific sequencing. Again, it's very possible that not every single class is listed in every single exact order. It's meant to be a guide. Your best bet in understanding this is to talk to Mr. Kellum and your teachers for more clarification. The non-IB course sequencing chart that I showed you that I went over is here. So if you want to spend more time with that or talk to your teachers about it, you can go there. The graduation requirement handout that I went over, this is the basic graduation requirements, just how you get those 26 credits. There are other things that you're going to want to know about graduation, and that is all included down here in the longer 2-page district created graduation requirements, what parents need to know. It's a great handout. There's a lot of information on there about diploma designations and bright futures, and there's a lot of information on there for you. But to make it easy to understand how you're going to get those 26 credits, I created this very easy 1-page sheet. So that's there. The bigger one is there. The electives options sheet that we just went over showing you the electives is right here. So you can click on that and be prepared to meet with your guidance counselor, your school counselor, I apologize, in the student services department, and prepare your schedule for next year. They're going to talk to you about the cores that they've already got in there that are recommended for you. Then they'll talk to you about the placement of your electives. I've also added the middle school instructional handbook that goes over the steps needed to promote from grade to grade and from middle to high school. And I also included this because it does cover some course descriptions. So if you want to know what some of those courses are, what they mean, what you're going to learn in those classes, at the very end of the middle school instructional handbook is the course description part. Same for high school. This goes in more detail for graduation requirements. It goes in more detail for grade forgiveness and dual enrollment and all of that fun stuff that you might want to know about. And it also gives you course description. So those two are there for you. Now on this same page, I'm going to be adding these videos. I'm going to break them up individually so you don't have to watch the same long video that you're being shown now. And I'm also going to add links for e-learners to do an online version of your course request. So there will be a Google form that you will log on to using your BPS email address, your student email address, and you'll fill out that online course selection sheet. Now, students that are here on campus, you do not want to fill out that sheet because it will delete one or the other. So you're either going to delete your online and keep your in-person, or delete your in-person and keep your online. And so if you're on campus and you sit down with a counselor, you are not going to want to do the online request. But if you are an e-learner, you are going to want to do the online request because that's going to be our main way of getting your requests. And our counselors are going to want to still reach out to you and chat with you as they can, but that's their best way of getting that communication from you. So our website, it's kept up to date really well now. There's a lot of great information on our website. You really, really should be using our website as much as you can. There's a lot of great information updated daily. Our sports that are happening, different activities on campus. Seniors, we add a lot of great information to our website, including your scholarship information. So check out our website. It is not a stale, stagnant thing. We keep it updated. There's a lot of good information on here, and it really can be your one-stop shop. All right, everybody, so a lot of information, several different clips there. I'm going to post each of these as a separate video online so you can go back and see them and only look at the pieces that you need, maybe a little extra clarification on, but a lot of information there for you. It's really important that you start the process of planning for your future now. That means understanding your 4 years in high school, understanding what it takes to graduate, understanding what it takes if you're in 7th grade to get to high school, to promote and make your way through. There are obviously a lot of other pieces that I'm just skipping over because of time, like the depth and the quality and the rigor of the courses that you're taking and so on and so forth. But these are the basics that you need. I want to take us back to the basics so that we have the foundation that we all need in order to make smart decisions moving forward. And what a great time. The best time I could think to do it is right now, because you need to be thinking about the courses that you're going to take for next school year. So what a great time for us to roll this out and really start having these conversations. Please talk to your parents. Please talk to your counselor. Come and talk to me. Let's start a dialogue. Let's make sure that you have the answers that you need to your questions and prepare yourself to cross the bridge and graduate as a Minuteman.